Okay, y'all, welcome back to Math with Miss A. So if you are in this group, you are currently going to be working on writing equations. So writing y equals mx plus b equations for word problems, all right? So you should have a packet that looks like this, and it should look like that. So on this front side, you are going to write your name, and we're going to take a couple notes to help us with this lesson. So write your name up there. Don't write the word name, write your name. All right, so this is slope, intercept, form from word problems. All right, and recall that slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And we know that m is slope and b is y intercept. It's where your line crosses the y-axis, all right? In other videos, you'll see exactly what that means. Before we get started, we need some key words that will help us identify the slope and y-intercept from different word problems. So we're going to create a chart called keywords. So we're going to have keywords for slope, which is also m, and keywords for y-intercept, which is also b, right? All right, so for slope, you'll see words like per, each, for every, a. It's like $10 per bottle, $10 each bottle, $10 for every bottle, $10 a bottle. Those are all words that will help us identify a slope. That's telling us we have something is changing for every one thing, right? So you have to pay $10 per one bottle, or the temperature is dropping 2 degrees per 1 hour. It could mean different things. Y-intercept is kind of like our starting point. It's where we are initially. So some words that will help us identify that are initial, starting, base fee, beginning cost, flat fee, one-time fee. And this isn't like the end-all be-all. There are other words that will help us identify it. There are other words that will help us identify y-intercept and slope, but this is a list that will help us get started, okay? So let's move into our linear word problems, okay? I'm going to do the first 3, and then the rest you should have on your own. So it says to write an equation in slope-intercept form to model each situation. Number 1, you rent a bicycle for $20 plus $2 per hour. So $2, if I go back, if I see the word per, I know it's my slope. I know all linear problems are written as y equals mx plus b, right? So I'll start y equals mx plus b. I have to identify what is my m, what is my b. So my m, if something says per, I know that's my slope. So my m is 2. My b is my starting. So I start renting it at $20. That's my b. So my equation is y equals 2x plus 20. $2 per hour plus 20 will give me total hours. All right. Whew, let's look at number 2. I'm going to write my equation first. An auto repair shop charges $50 plus $25 per hour. I got to identify my m and my b. Per hour, per tells me that's my slope. That's m. So 25 goes here. $50, that's how much I pay at the beginning. I pay $50, and then for every hour I rent it, it's $25. So y equals mx plus b. My m is 25. 25x plus 50. All right, number 3 is interesting because sometimes our slope is negative, right? So a candle is 6 inches tall and burns at a rate of ½ an inch per hour. Okay, so I write my equation y equals mx plus b. I have to identify my m and my b. Okay, so it says m is ½ an inch per hour. So I would initially say half, but it says burns at a rate. That means it's losing ½ an inch per hour. So my slope would have to be negative. My b, it starts at 6 inches. So 6 would be my b. I write that as an equation. Y equals -1/2 x plus 6. All right, plus 6. So number 4, you'll see that it says expected to fall 2 degrees each hour. So if it's falling, your slope should be negative. Okay, so attempt to do the others by yourself. There will be a cheat sheet so you can check your answers, not to get the answers, but to check your answers. And when you are done, raise your hand and let Miss A know. All right,